sleep properly and go. Do not stay up the whole night. Oh my god, I have to study this. Oh my god, I have to revise this. I have to draw this. Do not. Sleep. The evening before, go out with your friends. I literally did that. The day before, I was nicely strolling in my garden with my best friend. To have your creative thinking flowing, you need to be free. If you are under pressure, how are you going to do it? Have a good sleep, have a good breakfast. Please go energized, full of energy.
Hi Ashna,
Good evening.
good evening. So, can you please tell our students like how you have prepared for your NIFT examination?
First off, I feel you have to develop your visual bank. I mean, to take out your creativity, you need to already have something in there. You get that by exploring, watching movies, like reading. I read a lot of books. So most of my inspiration comes from the books I have read. So I really feel you should work on developing a visual bank. That's one thing. Then I feel next step is time management. During the exam, you have 3 hours. Now don't sit 3 hours, three questions. If you think 1 hour for one question, you will end up messing it up. Please do not do that. Instead, spend the first 15 minutes brainstorming on all the three questions. Like in the NIFT exam, you have the last sheet as a blank, rough sheet sort of a thingy, and you can like brainstorm freely on that. Just draw little thumbnails, doodle up, write whatever is coming in your mind, and finish all your thinking part in the first 15 minutes. That is what I did. And then for each question, I gave 45 minutes, drawing as well as rendering. 45 minutes for each question. Even if I finish or not finish, 45 minutes means I go to the next question. So in that way, the time is divided as like 15 minutes brainstorming, then 45 into 3 is 135. Basically, 150 minutes are gone. And then last 30 minutes, I come back to whatever is left. I feel 45 minutes is quite a good time for each question, so you can do that. And you still have that in your brain, like, okay, I have the last 30 minutes, I can always come back to it. Do not get stuck on a question. 45 minutes means 45 minutes. So that is what I did for time management. And I feel your neatness and presentation matters a lot. They will see how well you have drawn everything. It has to be neat. Also, use negative space wisely. Don't try to fill your entire page with elements. I mean, it is good the more creativity you have, but you must know how to channel it in the right way. So please use negative space smart. Don't clutter your paper. Also, when you're writing notes or your concept note, please write it in points. If you write in paras, they will avoid reading that. Let it be short and concise. Write it in points. Of course, keep your handwriting very good, the very best handwriting you can. And one tip I would like to give is try naming each of your composition. Like rather than just keeping it the way it is, they ask you to draw something, you drew, and that's it. Try naming it. Give it a name. That gives it an identity. I feel that is something that made my paper stand out. I named each and every drawing of mine. Like I
Yes.
titled it.
So I think that is very important suggestion from Ashna that you draw something, you please name it. So that will create more impact on it, right, Ashna?
Yes. For LMS, I used it for GK basically. For GK and current affairs, I would read all the PDFs that are put up, and then for my GAT part, basically LMS was useful. And CAD, of course, for the past papers. Mostly all of my GAT was covered through LMS and the books provided through Silica. So I would keep doing those quizzes, and then for logical reasoning, for maths. I personally like maths, so like I used to love solving maths. And also that thing about Komal saying, you like attempt English first. I think it's just you have to play to your strengths. Whatever is your best part, just start doing that first. Because maths was my strength, so I started off with maths. Like it just depends on you. You don't have to like necessarily follow something, just play to your strengths, is what I'll suggest. And also about the negative marking thinking, it is minus 0.25. So like
Yes.
four wrongs is -1. I feel you can weigh your chances. I mean, you'll have to see at that time how sure you are about the question. Because I did take a few risks because like four wrongs makes -1. And if you get it right, you get a plus one. So plus one and minus 0.25, there's a difference. So like I guess you can weigh your chances there, but please don't like just mark everything and come. Just leave a few questions you know you absolutely have no idea.
Okay, that's great. So, how you manage your studies along with your 12th? Like everyone now, the current students are in 12th and they are appearing for 9th. So, how you guys managed?
I would like make schedules for the day. Like I would schedule this particular half an hour only and only for NIFT preparation. I would time it all up and it just works out. You can do it. Also, when towards when I had prelims and everything going on, I would just like suppose take one chapter from maths or logical reasoning, and from each chapter I would solve just 5 questions. 5 questions a day is not much to ask for. Just keeping the consistency is important. Keep practicing every single day. I feel consistency is the key.
Okay.
For the color theory, I mean, you unintentionally use color theory while you decide your colors. There's nothing you have to think specifically about. It's just kind of in us, you just use it. Also, you can decide specific color schemes you've already tried before and you liked it. You can decide those color schemes and use the same in your exams.
Okay. Important question. So, like, how many questions can be left by student in the exam if they want to avoid the negative marking? So,
Being honest, I don't even remember like exact details of how many questions did I leave. I was kind of just going with the flow. Like I attempted what I could. Like I told, I was weighing my chances. If there's a question I have absolutely no idea about, I'm leaving it. But there is a question where I'm debating it. Oh, it can either be A or C, A or C. I take my chance. That's what I did.
now the only 10 days left. Okay. So, how you managed your time for your studies? Like, last 10 days preparation.
I feel in the last 10 days, what I did was collecting all of my ideas, like throughout the year or the years before, whatever artworks I've done, whatever sketching I've done, whatever ideas I've done. I tried of going through all of them and keeping a tiny diary of like writing down whatever I like about each idea. So I have sort of few pointers of the directions I would like to go for my paper. Like just look at your own past work, look for inspiration, and like have those quick little pointers for what ideas, directions you're supposed to go.
Okay. What if we are not familiar with the themes given in the questions, like poster designing or logo designing? So, what can be done in such case?
Such a case, feel you can write attributes about that. I mean, how do I explain it? Just think about multiple things that you relate to that topic given. List them down, jot them down, think about what can be added to a poster, what cannot be added to a poster. Think about everything and anything and everything relates to the topic. Jot it down and then like just think what is most relevant about it and just go ahead.
Okay. Can the students add the description apart from the title?
Yes, you are supposed to give a description. In NIFT, every answer sheet, they give you a space to draw and they also give you space to write your concept note. It is important to have a concept. What I'm saying is start off the concept with a title, like to add more charm to your paper. Your concept note has to be there and write the concept note in points, as I said.
Okay.
They
Okay.
will give you
Great.
space, don't worry about that. They will give you space to write the concept.
Okay. Okay, Pearl is get an exam need online. Pearl, you don't have to carry a laptop. There are desktops at particular respective centers. Please do not carry a laptop. Okay, just carry whatever is mentioned on the admit card once your admit card gets released. Okay, so don't think so much. Okay, so how in short time how the students can prepare for GK and English as well.
Yes, ma'am. For GK, I basically used LMS. LMS and the books provided by Silica. That was what I went through for GK. Also we have this little thing at house. My dad reads his newspaper every night. So like both of us sit together, kind of read the headlines together. I think that really helped. And for English, I feel reading, you just have to keep reading and reading and reading. That helps.
Is rendering or shredding should be done even after they don't ask for?
The question will be specified. If they ask to only sketch, they will write just a sketch black and white. Then please do not color it. Do not render, do not color. Read the question properly. If nothing is mentioned, it's up to you. But I would suggest you do go ahead for coloring because NIFT does place a special importance to colors, your understanding of colors and your application of colors. So, like, yeah, you should color if nothing is mentioned. But if they have specifically mentioned to not color, just a sketch, black and white, then please do accordingly. Shreya is asking the quality of paper is very thin, then which pencil would be good? Shreya, it's not like that. The paper quality is quite okay. The texture is very smooth. You do not have the sketchbook sort of quality of the paper. So it doesn't really matter. Use your normal HB pencil for sketching. And also you can use microns. I used microns during my exam. It doesn't show up on the backside. But still, as a tester, you can just try little at the corner and just check. Because last year the paper quality was good. I cannot be sure about this year. You'll just have to check a little in the side and then before like doing on the final paper. But yes, microns are allowed. You can do that. Watercolors cannot be used. Okay, watercolor pencils. Yeah, you can just use the color pencils. Dry mediums only. Color pencils. Avoid using highlighters. Highlighters show up on the next part and they do not even look neat. Please avoid. Scales are allowed.
You're allowed, yes.
Using a scale, it wastes your time. I mean, it's just a waste of time. Just do it freehand.
Can you give some tips for only sketching questions?
Okay, now if the question is only a sketch, obviously you first do a rough sketch and then you do your final sketch. Avoid erasing. Even your rough sketches, do not erase them. It just shows that you actually know how you're supposed to draw. You know the process. Like, suppose it's anatomy studies, I mean, human anatomy, and you do the basic structure of a circle, then you divide it and all of that. Do not erase it. It's proof that you know how it is supposed to be drawn. Avoid using the eraser.
So, like, do you get extra time for the paper solving? 10 minutes or 15 minutes, anything?
As I said, if you follow that time management rule, first 15 minutes, brainstorming. Next 45 minutes, question one. Next 45 minutes, question two. Next 45 minutes, question three. Then you have spare 30 minutes. And that is more than enough, trust me. I had a lot of time. In the last 30 minutes, I was like happily adding in details, finishing and everything. I had fun. I had fun in my paper. You will enjoy it. Don't worry.
Okay, great. Great. Would you like to give some important tips to our students for last moment?
Last moment, I would say don't try to get overwhelmed, intimidated. Keep all of that aside. You know what you're here for. It's your aim, your dream. So please go accordingly. Maintain your focus. Be calm. It will be all right. Don't worry. Do not worry at all. It will be all right. Let your creative energy flow. I would say, like, spend time just doodling your thoughts, anything you like during your day or whatever. Just spend time with paper. Doodle something, sketch something, write something, anything you saw during the day. Just keep doing that. Increase your visual bank. That's it. Don't try to do something out of the way just 2 days before the exam. Like, okay, let me learn this perspective. No, no, it's not needed.
In short, she is saying don't run behind the new things in last 10 days. You have short time to prepare for NIFT examination. Guys, please don't panic. Again, I am saying, okay, just relax yourself as much as you can. It doesn't mean that you don't study. Obviously, you have to study, relax, be calm, and solve your practice daily, okay? And in fact, I can say, before the examination, before the exam, like one day prior, don't do night study and don't stress yourself too much, please. Okay, it will affect on your examination day. Yes, Ashna, would you like to say anything?
Yes, that thing. Please sleep properly and go. Do not stay up the whole night. Oh my God, I have to study this. Oh my God, I have to revise this. I have to draw this. Do not sleep. Get good 8 hours of sleep. Have a nice breakfast and go. And even the evening before, go out with your friends. I literally did that. The day before, I was nicely strolling in my garden with my best friend. I had a good time. Go with a very peaceful and a relaxed mind. That is very important. To have your creative thinking flowing, you need to be free. If you are under pressure, how are you going to do it? Try to understand that. Have a good sleep, have a good breakfast. Please go energized, full of energy. You guys will do it. All the best.
So I think you got a very good guidance from our toppers. Okay. And yes, all the very best, guys. Again, I'm saying the admit cards will be released by this weekend or most probably next week. Please read all the instructions carefully. Okay. And yes, they have mentioned you have to sign in the presence of invigilator and everything. So please read it carefully. Do well and please keep calm. Again, I am saying this, okay, for our students. So thank you and all the very best, everyone.